Hey guys, I'm Mallory Varner with GSG, and we are in the middle of our series, Creating the Holiday Spirit. We are in the third part with our newest and latest partner, Stahls. They have a wide range of products in HTV that are very unique to this industry and definitely one of the innovators in this industry. So we are excited about this series. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check out part one and part two, where Jenna shows us some different unique ways to kind of upsell with her customers. And one of those things she's about to show us now with a comfy blanket and ways to use Flock and just kind of do something a little different for your customers, and you can charge a little bit more for it. So excited about this, excited to be working with Stahls and Jenna on all of these series. So again, check them out at GSG's YouTube page. And then stay tuned at the end where you can find out how to win $500.
Welcome back to the last session that we are going to be wrapping up our holiday gifting with heat printing apparel. Our last section is going to be fun accessories that you can do. So there's a lot of different accessories whenever it comes to the holiday season, but one of the most popular is definitely blankets. And blankets that have fun patterns and of course a very nice soft sherpa on the inside. So typically whenever we look at blankets like this, we think, okay, what decoration method is going to be best? It does have a high pile of fabric here. Is this going to work under my heat press? Should I just embroider this? But this is definitely one of those products that is super easy to just throw on the heat press and be able to decorate with heat transfer vinyl. And the reason heat transfer vinyl is so popular when it comes to gifting and really adding value to blank products around this time of year is because of all those different special effects that you can get out of heat transfer vinyl that you can't necessarily get with other print methods. Yes, there are metallic threads. Yes, there are foils that you can utilize with screen printing. But one thing that you can get with heat transfer vinyl is texture and density and a lot of different unique finishes. All right, so heat transfer vinyl definitely has been innovative throughout the years. And one of our most popular heat transfer vinyls in the industry is glitter. All right, so this glitter Flake heat transfer vinyl has a true glitter texture to it. And not something that you can necessarily get with other print methods unless you are using like glitter twills and things like that. But this is definitely something that is very easy to work with. You can cut it out on any type of vinyl cutter. So not only are we using a glitter heat transfer vinyl, but we are also using a product known as soft flock. Right, flocked heat transfer vinyl is continuing to trend and it is growing significantly because it has that suede or velvet-like finish to it. And it is something that adds value. It definitely is a more premium feel, and a soft flock can be layered. So there are other flock heat transfer vinyls that you can't necessarily layer because the adhesives don't want to cure to it. But this is a flocky transfer vinyl that can be layered. So we are going to be layering glitter flake right over top of that flock. So we are getting 2 dimensions with this heat transfer vinyl. And the reason I chose to do this and layer glitter over flock is because when you are working with a busy design on your blank, you want a background layer that is going to allow your front layer of your design to really pop off and stand out. If I were to just put this glitter flake on the plaid by itself, it would get a little lost in the design because I am using very open text in the bulls section, and I am using a script font that has thin lines in it. And I want to make sure that that's not getting lost on this pattern. So by adding a black background in a special effect finish allows me to not only make my design stand out on the blanket, but also add more profit opportunity, right? So this is going to direct layer right on top of here. I have a cool little drop shadow going on. So just a lot of unique things to really add overall profit and value to the finished item. All right, so as you can see here, I just have a corner of my blanket loaded on here. There are a lot of different print opportunities that you can use here. If you wanted, what is nice about, you know, Boxer Craft and them considering the decorator whenever they are manufacturing their products is that they did a little port pocket here. So if you didn't want to print right on top of that Sherpa, you could actually open this up and thread this onto the platen. Now I'm working with the 16 by 20, so I don't need to thread that on there. Also, I'm not at a temperature that I'm going to damage that Sherpa at all. I would probably use this port pocket if I was embroidering and I didn't want the backing of my embroidery to be on this side of the Sherpa, okay? So definitely there if you need it, but no damage to be done here by just laying this right on my 16 by 20 and printing the corner of my blanket, okay? So before I do that, I am going to preheat. This is going to allow me to test my pressure. Blankets are something that get washed often. So we wanna make sure we are definitely doing that preheat. All right, so I'm just increasing my pressure. I'm getting a good readout here of a medium. As I mentioned in the past sessions, we want to get between a 4 and a 6 if we're looking for that medium pressure. And that is with Hotronix machine specifically. All right, so we have 3 different colors here. We're doing mixed media. How do I know where to start? So first, we want to start with our background layer. So we're just going to place that where we want it to show up on the blanket. And cover with a cover sheet. And I love the variety of plaids and buffalo plaids that Boxer Craft offers. So definitely be sure to check out the items that they offer the plaid in because it is extremely popular around this time of year. So definitely take advantage of that. All right, so this is a hot peel, like warm to hot peel. So I am going to just wait a couple seconds before I remove this carrier. And then we can layer the glitter over top. Before I layer the glitter, I'm gonna try to get a nice close-up shot for you guys so that you can see the dimension and the texture of the flock. I wish this was something that you could feel through the camera, but unfortunately you cannot if you are not familiar with flock. This is just such a unique product. It's very soft. And actually, a lot of embroiderers will use this product to mimic the look of embroidery. So if they're ever working with maybe some price-conscious customers that don't want to pay for embroidery, they need another low-cost option. This is definitely going to work out in their favor. It adds, you know, enough dimension to mimic the look of the embroidery. So they do use this a lot. Also works well with the rip away applique option. All right, so one product that is not layerable is glitter flake. So I did make sure to cut out where the different colors of glitter are actually going to look as though they are layered, but they are not. They're actually punched through. So just keep that in mind. Consider that in your artwork as you are building out your artwork and you know you're going to be using glitter because it is not a layerable product. Specifically glitter flake. There are smooth glitters out there in which you can achieve a layer. Right. And it's not that you know, the glitter is going to not stick as you heat apply it if you were to layer it. It's that you will get into a situation where the adhesive starts to pull away because it is such a textured finish. The adhesive isn't curing to it accurately. So once it goes through the wash cycle, that is when you will start to see that kind of coming off. Okay. Right, so definitely want to make sure we aren't layering on glitter flake whenever we are working with products that go through a wash cycle a lot. All All right, so I am working with a drop shadow here, so I'm just making sure that this is all lining up correctly for me. So we are good. Okay, we'll cover with that. Cover sheet, I just use craft paper for this. Kind of like a butcher paper. But you can also use non-stick cover sheets that kind of have like a Teflon texture. Really whatever your preference when it comes to cover sheets. Right, and now we can just go ahead and fill that carrier. And our custom blanket is complete. Right, so love the finish, love how it turned out. You can see how much that glitter really pops off. And honestly, if it wasn't for the black flock behind that text, I just feel like this design could have easily gotten very lost in this pattern. So always think about that. Consider what contrast colors you can use to allow things to really stand out. I am gonna flip this around so that you guys can see no damage done to the Sherpa at all. You have a little bit of a line there, but that's just from the edge of the plait. No burning, the Sherpa has not been ruined. So you're not compromising the finish or overall value of the blanket in any way by just throwing this on your heat press and personalizing or custom printing for your family, friends, or customers. All right, so as we go through all of these sessions, we're noticing a theme here. We did 2 pajama set styles, okay? The first one, as we wrap up, we're just going to review. We did a oversized jersey t-shirt, right? Customized that for Chicago Bulls, right? We're personalizing or custom printing shorts to match so that I can sell this as a set. Now think about this. If I wasn't selling this as a set, what could these individually sell for? What additional profit can I get out of this by pairing them together? And then of course we can upsell by doing a popular adult onesie, which is continuing to trend in retail. So of course your customers, your family, your friends, they're going to want to see, you know, things that they see in retail. They want you to be able to mimic the look of those and be able to produce things like this. So this was also sourced from Boxercraft. If you guys didn't check out session 1 or 2 from this segment, be sure to check those out to see these heat applied, how they were done, what products were used. And then of course, we are able to do a blanket as well for another upsell. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 items total to be able to give as a gift, as opposed to just 1 t-shirt or 1 blanket. So think about those things as you're considering all the different opportunity you have when it comes to heat printing for the holidays. What different items can I package together? Can I do bundles to warrant a better price and get more profit for that bundle, as opposed to selling each of these individually, right? So a ton of opportunities to be had around this time of year. So be sure to take advantage, do some research, figure out what's trending in your area, and be sure to jump on it, right? Make sure you are getting after those customers. This is certainly a time of year where you could potentially reach new customers that you may not be serving currently. All right, and that wraps up section 3 of this session. Are there any questions, Mallory, that you may have that maybe I didn't cover in this session?
No, I think it was great. And I think it definitely is going to open some eyes up for even screen printers out there. You know, you don't always have to burn a screen and do all that stuff with it. These are great options, you know, whether you don't have an embroidery machine or anything like that. And I think as a teen mom in Michigan, I definitely love a good blanket. So I think these are awesome. I'm excited about them.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was so great to participate in the GSG holiday event. I'm happy to be here, happy to share some knowledge. Hopefully we got some good takeaways, whether it be for the holidays or be for any other market or time of year that you are serving your customers. Definitely take some of these awesome print finishes and items into consideration.
So thank you so much. Definitely check out all 3 parts with Stahls, where Jenna went through way different things. Definitely check those out. and all of our other videos with creating the holiday spirit. All right, so how do you win $500? It's easy. Get to getting creative and make something using one of Stahl's materials. And then you just hashtag me at GSG Vinyl Decorating on Facebook or Instagram with hashtag creating the holiday spirit. And then you need to tell me what Stahl's material you use and any details about the project. I just want to hear what you did, and I can't wait to see them all. If you don't feel comfortable sending it on social media, you can email me at vinyldecorating@gogsg.com. All right, so get to getting creative, and I can't wait to see it. So I can give you $500. Thanks again for watching, and definitely check out all of our other videos.